I think it's safe to say at this point, although the full season of Ghost Adventures season 29 hasn't fully dropped over on Discovery or anywhere like that, right? It's already a very, very successful season. Now, bear in mind, Ghost Adventures has been running since, 2008 now? The fact that they are still pulling in the numbers that they are pulling in and the hype that they are managing to generate with every single episode, I kid you not, you cannot go on Twitter on the day of a new Ghost Adventures episode coming out without Ghost Adventures be trending. Alright, it's even trending right the second as I'm making this video, because they're obviously going to be at the Glen Tavern, alright, talking, and that's the new episode that's going to be dropping. And it is still trending, even though the episode came out, I think, yesterday at the time of recording, it is still trending over on Twitter. And it's just all about the Glen Tavern, all about the Glen Tavern. And before this, it was the Houdini house, which of course was the next big thing after the Poltergeist house, okay, because they obviously got in Harry Houdini's relative into the house as well to try and stir up some conjuring and all the rest of it. And you got like, as much as I have my qualms with Zak and the way that he handles things, especially, right, allegedly, at least, based off of the information that I've heard about him from quite a few people now, like, not just even through information that's been posted online, just people who have DM'd me being like, oh, I've had this experience with Zak, for example, right? It's not the kind of person that I would get on with. But you've got to give credit where credit is due, right? Like, the guy has made a very, very successful TV show, and not many TV shows can go on for as long as Ghost Adventures has, since 2008, almost 20 years, right? And still be that kind of show. Like, TV is a dying form as it is. We've seen Amy Bruni, I've got her name right this time, coming out and talking about how Zak's not to blame for all of this stuff, and, you know, like, TV's a dying media. We all know that TV's a dying media. Streaming platforms is where it's at. Netflix, YouTube, Discovery Plus, you know, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime. Those are the places that you want to be. So the fact that they're still airing on TV and pulling in those kinds of numbers is pretty monumental. Anyway, that's enough glazing for Zak Bagans. Obviously, he's come out and talks about the seance with the Harry Houdini episode that took place last week. And this is what he had to say over on his social medias.
Just want to get on here real quick and, you know, just acknowledge everybody that came together to make the Houdini seance happen. It was just such an incredible moment in Ghost Adventures history, and that photo, to have everybody there witness that in real time on instant film, was just an incredible moment. And, you know, people are like, oh, does this get old? You know, you've been doing this for so long. No, it does not. It gets more and more exciting. In moments like that, resulting in evidence like that is why. So thank you, Patty Negri. Thank you, Christian Day. And most importantly, thank you to the great nephew of Harry Houdini himself, George Hardeen. If you guys have not watched this yet, you can stream it on Max and Discovery Plus. Hope you guys have a great weekend.
There you go. So there he is talking about the episode, right? So obviously very buzzed. There was a lot that went on. Whether it's real or not, that's not even the issue with Ghost Adventures for me. That's not even the issue. It's just his personality, the way that he treats people behind the scenes and stuff. That's where the issues come in. But apparently, right, now I'm going to take this with a pinch of salt, because I was sent this and I've not got the highest, not regard for psychics, but I don't have this kind of, like, how do I word this without being horrible? I don't have a lot of faith in psychic mediums. Alright, I just don't. I don't feel like they are, you know, that... Are they able to talk to the dead? Do you know what I mean? So, when I was sent this, I was a bit dubious. I was like, alright, come on, you know, like, let's behave now. But it's still quite funny, because apparently, it's not just the living that strongly dislike Zak and his massive ego. Apparently the dead also are not the fondest of Zak Bagans and his gigantic ego. As stated by a medium, right, over on TikTok, who's basically said that she went into a haunted location and spoke about some of the people that have been to investigate in the past. One of them being the Ghost Adventures crew, obviously Zak, present as always. And they weren't the fondest of him, apparently.
Speedy been talking to ghosts is actually hilarious. Because ghosts say the most out-of-pocket things. Let me recreate a conversation I've had with a ghost for you now. Hey, sorry to bother you. We're here to do some investigations. You don't have to talk to us if you don't want to. Just, no pressure. You're not gonna yell at us, are you? What? No. Why would I yell at you? People are rude and they just yell when they don't get their way. I'm so sorry that you're having that experience. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Wait, did Zak Bagans come here? Don't ever say his name again. Oh, shit. This has happened multiple times. I have it on recording. I could do a whole series about ghosts' opinions about certain investigators.
I mean, I'd love it. I'm gonna reach out to this person because I genuinely want to hear some of the stories that they've got, especially with regards to Zak and the people that they've spoken about. Now, obviously, I'll say that I'm not the biggest fan. Not the biggest fan. It's just I don't have a lot of trust in psychics and their quote unquote abilities. I'd love to be proven wrong at some point, but I've been bit on the arse by a couple of psychics in my time, and it's just not the biggest fan. But does that mean that all psychics are bad? Absolutely not. But it's just quite funny and humouring to me that you've got the likes of Zak going into a location and allegedly the spirits aren't fans of them because they get yelled at. Now, obviously that does corroborate. If you take a look at the evidence from the Ghost Adventures show, for example, there's even memes and gifs of Zak being calling out to spirits, and then when something happens being oh my god, running away, and then getting upset and irate when things don't happen and stuff like this. Yeah, it's kind of funny, to be fair. It's kind of funny. But I have also been sent a recording, and now I know that the Side-Eye guys already covered this in a video, so I don't know whether I really want to do it because it's one of those things where I'll just be retreading ground. But there is an apparent recording of Zak stating that, or telling the production crew how to stage an event for Ghost Adventures. But the issue is that this is secondhand information. I trust the source that it's come from as a very reliable source of information, but do I trust the recording? I know how to create AI recordings of people, right? Not just people, but I have a channel where I literally create content through AI and make stuff. It's just good fun, right? But you can literally put in someone's voice and recreate their voice with very scary accuracy, to the point where you would actually question if it was genuinely them talking or not. And that's the issue that I've got with this Zak Bagans recording is, how do you trust it? How do you trust it? But if you guys are interested in hearing about that drama and how Zak allegedly chose to fake an encounter, let me know down in the comments. While you're down there, jump scare the hell out of that like button and subscribe. And until next time, I'll speak to you guys later. Peace.